right. Before we can look at the net present value, we have to look at the time value of money, okay? And basically, the concept about the time value of money is that now is better because as time goes by, the purchasing power of money reduces, okay? This can be due to an opportunity cost, okay? You can save the money right now, okay? I give you money right now, you can save it and earn interest rather than being given the same money at a later date, maybe let's say a year from now. Okay. So if you're given money now versus let's say a year from now, all right, if you choose to get the money later, you will lose interest. Okay. You're going to lose interest because you would have invested that money in the bank, put that money in the bank, and at the year end, you would have got interest versus getting it, let's say, a year later. Okay. Other reasons why money purchasing power goes down is risk and also inflation. Remember, inflation is the rising of prices. Okay. So whenever you receive money in the future, you have to discount it to its present value. Okay. So that's what we're doing in the net present value technique for capital budgeting. Right? We're just discounting future values, okay, and we're making them present values, okay? So whenever you're hearing the word discount, just know you're just converting future to present value. That's what the term discounting means. Here's the formula, okay? Future value equals 1 over 1 plus r to the power n. FV is the future value, PV is present value. R can be the rate of return of the interest rate, N can be the number of years. So now we're just going to look at first the practical example of what we're trying to talk about here. Okay. We're trying to look at, okay, you get 100 kwacha now versus after a year, how much would that 100 kwacha be in a year's time? How much would that 100 kwacha be in 2 years' time? And how much that 100 kwacha can be in 3 years' time? Okay, so we'll just make a simple table here. Okay, whenever you see year 0, just know it's the first day of year 1. Okay, year 0 is just the first day of year 1. Okay, then when you see year 1, that's the end of year 1. Year 2, end of year 2. Year 3 will just be the end of year 3. All right, so 100 kwacha now, okay, we think of it as a future value, is just the same as its present value is just the same, okay, because we're using this this discount rate as inflation, this 10%. We're saying that as the years go by, prices will be increasing by 10%. So we're using it as our discount rate. So it's our R also in this illustration. The interest rate is our R. The inflation rate is our R. Okay, so 100 kwacha now, okay, versus after 1 year, how much would that 100 kwacha be? Okay. Okay, so I just need someone with a calculator, just find for me 1.1 to the power negative 1. Just want to get that value so that we see how much 100 kwacha at the end of 1 year is worth now. Okay, how much 100 kwacha at the end of the year is worth now. So anyone with a calculator, 1.1 to the power negative 1. Right, so let's multiply this 0.909 times 100. All right, so 100 kwacha after 1 year is worth 90.9 kwacha now. That's what we're basically saying. Okay. After 1 year, the same 100 kwacha is worth 90.9. Okay, how about after 2 years? So let's find 1.1 to the power negative 2. Point 8. Multiply that by 100. Should be 82.6. All right, so 2 years later, okay, 2 years later, that 100 kwacha, if we convert it to its present value now, okay, it's going to be worth 82 kwacha 16 way, right? And then what about 1.1 to the power negative 3? Did I get that correct? 0.781. It's at 0.751. All right. Times 100, 75.1, right? So have you seen why we're saying now is better? Because after a year, that 100 kwacha will be worth 90.9 today, all right? After 2 years, that same 100 kwacha will be worth 82.6 kwacha today. After 3 years, that 100 kwacha will be worth 75.1 kwacha today. So that's why we say now is better.